Que hizo mucho para la marcha hoy, este día. A cada danzante les doy un abrazo Kamati, por viniendo hoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Antonio said, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to focus on. Just want to remind everybody and realize, you know, how long have we been doing this? We think back to our ancestors that we're here representing, and that we're here because of them. All the Native American people that got pushed out of their lands, that got just abused in so many different ways and killed, and we're still in the same battle. So I just would like to have everybody reflect for a minute and in our day-to-day lives that we've been able to conquer and still be here in this way. And to imagine what it would be like if that wouldn't have been that way, and how it can be if we continue in a good spiritual and strong path as we've always been, to show honor to our ancestors, our Native Americans, and people of this land, our Coahuilteca nation, and everybody from these tierras. So I just want to thank everybody for being out here, and think of those people that work. If they would allow all the people that work, as Ms. Sanchez said, all the laborers, todos los que trabajan duro, what country this would be? How would we be if they would allow everybody to work? All the people that, okay, we might do the work that not everybody else wants to do, or that a lighter skinned person wouldn't do. But at the same time, where would we be? How wonderful would this country be if they would allow all of those people to work here legally? Because that's what we're here to do. We don't come in planes to blow up buildings, if you guys remember. We're here to work, and we make every effort to do the best for our families, as my comadrita Maria said, for our children. So I would just like for everybody to reflect upon what we would be with all the indigenous ways that we have learned from our Native Americans that were taken out of their lands, and that have still struggled to this day and are still struggling, as we are, to not be ridiculed or speaken of harshly because we're Mexicanos, or somos indios patas rajadas, because we're not. We all have education, and we all have heart, and we all have feeling. I just want us to reflect on the positive side of what that would be. Thank you.
Gracias. It's an honor to be brushed by those feathers anyway. Está bien, gracias. Anybody else amongst you, because we're all equal here. Lady with the camera.
Tend to come up here and speak as individuals representing organizations, but every single fight that is going on in our city is our fight. Today there is a pride event going on the queer community is hosting. If we think that queer people do not struggle with immigration issues, we are wrong. There are poor queer people that try to get into this country and they are deported. There are poor queer people that are struggling to work in these hotels alongside all of us. And we cannot forget that we are all tied together, and that this is our struggle, and that we all go through the same things. The same people that are building the wall in our border are building the wall in Palestine. So if we feel that that issue does not affect us, we are wrong. The same companies that are buying up our rivers, dirtying them, and buying our water are the same companies that we go and work for. All these issues are tied together, and the sooner that we realize that we are all in this together, the sooner we are able to organize against this. And I really want to urge people to understand that the fight that these workers down here in the hotels, their struggle is defining the struggle of each person in this city. With a city with 19% poverty, that is horrible. Like, how does that make you feel? Do all of us feel like we're making it? Do we feel like we go home and we're able to relax and rest, or do we feel like all we're doing all day is slaving away for what? Just to be able to feed our kids? This is not right, and we're doing something about it, and I really urge you to stop and think and understand what is happening to us and how we can fix it, how we can change it, and how we demand that this behavior stop. I really urge everyone to come out on the 21st, because it's not only San Antonio, it's 15 other cities that will be doing this action at the same exact time in front of Hyatts all over the country. These women that are working in these hotel rooms are slaving away. For what? For profit. So that tourists can come down here and use the culture of this city to oppress the very people working in these hotels. What are these women slaving away for? And we must say that this is unjust, and we're not gonna take it. I really urge all of us to remember that these are human beings that are working in these jobs. These are not robots, and that we demand respect and dignity for ourselves. And that's all I guess I want to say. Again, July 21st at 4 o'clock. But not only July 21st, I really hope that you go home and you ask your family members that work these jobs to really ask what it's like to work in there, and to come up with a plan on how to address what's really happening in this city.
Un aplauso para Genevieve. They unite here, La Esperanza, and the otros grupos throughout the city. She's one dynamic activist. I just want to say this about obeying laws. Adolf Hitler was very big on laws. The German people obeyed those laws. And anywhere between 6 to 8 million Jews were put to death, either in concentration camp gas chambers, or simply worked and starved to death. And that was legal. It was not illegal. That was by law. So I will tell you that unjust laws are meant to be broken. Unjust laws are meant to be torn down, not respected and not obeyed. If we do that, we're just cheap. We have no conscience, no heart, no mind of our own, simply obeying the government, whether it goes against human rights or not. We will not do that. That is why we're here today, to say that to our local government, to our state government, and to the nation, and hopefully to the world. We will not obey unjust laws. We will not obey unjust laws. Okay, you want to say a few words to us? ¿Ya lo dije todo o qué? Gracias.